Terence Crawford just stunned everyone by calling out Canelo Alvarez in a live interview, and no one saw it coming. For months, people assumed Crawford was waiting around for Jermall Charlo or maybe a rematch with Errol Spence. But Bud had bigger plans. After months of calling Canelo out, he's finally landed a fight with him. And in that interview, Crawford sent a clear message to all the boxing experts and critics who've been doubting him. He said what most fighters are afraid to say. While others still treat Canelo like some unbeatable boss, Crawford went on air and said, "I want him. I'm ready." As for size, he said he doesn't care. Crawford explained that he's been fighting bigger opponents his entire career, from welterweights to super welterweights, and now junior middleweights. He's made a name for himself beating guys who are always supposed to be too big or too strong.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
But when the question of facing Canelo came up, Crawford didn't flinch or hold back. He said, "If we can make that fight happen, of course I'd take it. Canelo's a future Hall of Famer, a great fighter, and I want to fight the best. That's the kind of challenge that excites me." That wasn't just talk, it was Crawford making his stance clear and calling Canelo out directly, daring him to step up and accept the challenge.
Speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Let's not pretend people haven't been doubting this matchup for years. They've said Crawford's too small, Canelo's too strong, and the weight difference is just too big.
Criticized, and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate. So what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? If Canelo become undisputed again and I beat Canelo, what could they say? They'll say something, but what
they're gonna find something, that.
But what can they really say?
Right.
Crawford heard all the talk and shut it down in that same interview. He made it clear he's tired of people using size as an excuse to shield Canelo. He said everyone keeps claiming Canelo's too big or too strong, but look at the facts. Crawford has been facing naturally bigger opponents for years. He's been fighting above his ideal weight for a while now. People seem to forget what he did to Errol Spence. Completely took him apart like it was a sparring session. And Spence was supposed to be the bigger, stronger fighter. Crawford made him look like a beginner. So if he handled Spence like that, why wouldn't he believe he can beat Canelo? And now it's happening sooner than anyone expected. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is officially set for September 13th, and tickets are already on sale. This clash of undisputed champions isn't a dream anymore, it's locked in. It was originally planned for September 12th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, but a scheduling conflict with a college football game forced a venue change. That didn't slow anything down. In fact, Turkey Al-Sheikh pushed even harder, and now the fight is part of Riyadh season's blockbuster pay-per-view lineup. Cities like Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and New York are competing to host it, but whether it happens in the US or Saudi Arabia, one thing's clear: Turkey Al-Sheikh made it happen. He didn't just rescue the fight, he turned it into the most anticipated boxing event of the year. With DAZN set to stream it exclusively, this isn't just another fight. It's a moment in boxing history.
If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, you know, he got that in the back of his head. You know, this guy, for one, he's tough.
For years, Canelo Alvarez quietly avoided facing Terence Crawford, and fans weren't fooled. Every time Crawford's name came up, Canelo gave the same reasons: he's too small, he's not in my weight class, or that fight doesn't make sense. And at the time, maybe it did seem like a fair excuse.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Bud Crawford, just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. No, 2-3 weights class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
But let's be honest, Crawford's resume says it all. He's dominated entire divisions, collected belts like trophies, and made top-level fighters look out of place. The size excuse doesn't hold up anymore. Crawford's jumping up 2 weight classes just to make this fight happen. That's how much he wants it. Meanwhile, Canelo's been on autopilot lately. Sure, he's fought big names and added to his legacy, but think about it. He hasn't faced a real high-risk opponent since Bivol. And we all remember what happened there. He got outclassed.
When I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico. And that's why. But I don't care. I fight anybody. And I fight all my entire life, anybody. What do you think? I don't want to fight with one Mexico or Benavides. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. Look, what he's accomplished, nothing. One single champion, Anthony Derrell. Please, don't disrespect myself. Please, guys.
Crawford brings it all: speed, footwork, timing, ring IQ, and knockout power. He's got the skill of Mayweather, the explosiveness of Pacquiao, and a ruthless edge that makes him even more dangerous. If Canelo takes the fight and wins, it boosts his legacy and puts him in the GOAT conversation. But if he avoided it, fans were ready to label him a cherry picker forever. In the end, he had no real option but to step up and make it official.
I love being there, fighting, and give the fans what they want, a fight. And you know, I enjoy what I do, and I still love boxing, and you can see tonight.
And lastly, for me, tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Let's talk about the matchup. Who really has the edge? Canelo brings serious power. He's a solid, strong 168-pounder with a granite chin. His body shots are brutal, and his pressure style breaks opponents down over time. But Crawford's got that slick, hard-to-hit style. Southpaw orthodox, it doesn't matter. He switches stances mid-combo, sets smart traps, and adjusts on the fly like a machine. And when he sees an opening, he goes in for the finish without hesitation.
He adjusts like a damn computer, and when he smells blood, he finishes dudes with no hesitation.
I really don't have no prediction. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think Charlo's going to come to fight. I think Canelo's going to come to fight. And it's going to give a fun, fan-friendly fight. May the best man win.
And let's not forget,
I don't really have a solid prediction. It's shaping up to be an amazing fight. Charlo came to fight, and Canelo always brings the heat, so fans are in for a real treat. May the best man win. But let's not forget, Canelo has had trouble with quick, smart boxers in the past. Mayweather, Bivol, and even Lara gave him issues. If Crawford can keep his speed and stamina at 168, this could be a true 50-50 fight. The boxing world is completely divided on this one, and that's what makes it so exciting. Everyone, from analysts to fighters to hardcore fans, has a different opinion. Some think Canelo's power, size, and experience at this weight will be too much. Others are backing Crawford's footwork, precision, and high-level fight IQ to carry him through.
Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Corey, how you got a decision to stoppage? Because Breadman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud could crack too. So.
And what'd you think of Canelo over the weekend? Did that look like the same type of Canelo you fought a few years ago? And yeah, what'd you think of that?
No, I don't think it's the same Canelo. Not quite, but also I kind of figured it was going to be like that, honestly. I heard Canelo say in the interview, like, I don't really like fighting guys who move around that much like that. And William Skull being a Cuban fighter, like, I knew he was going to do that. And so was curious to see, how Canelo would handle that. And, he kept the ring off well, but that guy I felt like he didn't really want no part. And it makes for not as appetizing fight, but still got that fight in September with him and Crawford, so we'll see.
With him getting older, does that only, feel like you increase your chance that you could beat him in a rematch, Canelo?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
What about Crawford?
As soon as we fought, the next day I'm like, man, if we fight again, I'm gonna beat him. Yeah, that's just that's how I feel. I feel like, okay, a few minor adjustments, get the job done.
What about Crawford? Do you think his chances got better, at least the way how you were seeing things heading into the last fight with him and Skull?
I think it's a stylistic matchup, and William Skull don't fight nothing like Terence Crawford. So we're not going to see the same type of fight come September. I think we're going to see a great fight, real good fight.
You and Terence have always had like a good relationship, but if he makes Canelo come off the titles, is he on your radar then in the division?
Yeah, all the top super middleweights are on my radar. I want to face the best, and a lot of fighters say that, but I don't feel like a lot of them have shown and proved that. I feel like I've shown and proved that, so I want to face the best.
Even Jake Paul jumped into the conversation during his press conference for the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight, adding more fuel to the fire. He flat out said Canelo is past his prime and even claimed, "I would have beaten Canelo." Wild statement, but it just shows how split opinions are, even among the most outspoken voices in boxing. Interview 11. Canelo's recent showing against William Skull didn't do him any favors either. The fight was slow, lacked intensity, and left many fans disappointed.
To call anyone who says that Canelo wins a hater for saying that he's too big and he's too young, in his prime age, and Crawford is a bit over the hill for Canelo and stuff like that. All you need to do is listen to Crawford.
Nah, I don't never think me and Canelo will fight. He's 168, 175, I'm just 147, so.
Everybody keeps bringing up Canelo. I think that's weird.
We can do something at a catch weight, 160 or something.
What's the highest you could fight at, realistically?
I think 154 will be my max, given the age. I'm about to be 36 years old.
Terence Bud Crawford was responding to people who thought he had a chance. He said, I appreciate it, but we'll never fight. For everybody who thought he has a chance, he was telling him, I don't. Now, I want all you Bud buddies to say Crawford's a hater.
Canelo's recent performance against William Skull didn't help his case either. It was a slow-paced fight, and fans were not impressed.
I'm about to be a two-time undisputed fighter. So that's all about.
You mentioned the Cuban style up there. What other challenges does Skull present to you?
Oh, he's a very skillful fighter. He's have a lot of talent, and but you know, I've been in the with all kind of the styles, so I can adapt myself to any fighter, and I'm ready for me.
Meanwhile, Crawford's unbeaten run and dominance have fans thinking he might pull off another huge upset. Crawford made it clear, he knows Canelo brings the money, and he respects that, but for him, it's about legacy. That's a pointed statement, especially since people have recently been questioning whether Canelo has been more focused on paydays than real challenges. You think Crawford didn't notice Canelo chose to fight Jermall Charlo instead of facing David Benavidez or doing a Bivol rematch? Crawford's too sharp to miss that trend. By saying let's make it happen, Bud ended all the talk that he's just bluffing. He wants the fight, no excuses. And if Canelo doesn't bring that same energy, fans won't hold back. They'll say it loud and clear, Crawford's the real one, and Canelo's playing it safe.
Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Who y'all got?
Crawford's going up 2 weight classes, bro. He's gonna be too slow. He's gonna be too slow.
Yeah, he's 2 weight class heavy. I just hope that Crawford is not overdoing himself with the weight, and he underestimated because he never got hit with somebody like Canelo.
Puerto Ricans be crazy, man. They fight just like Mexicans. They get down.
So I got a question. I got a question for him. Now, if Terence Bud Crawford was here right now and you was to say that to you,
honestly, I love Terence Crawford. I love Canelo. I'm Mexican, so you know I gotta go for a Mexican.
But you bought, man, cause he's looking at me right now.
Yeah, man, he's over here. He picked Canelo. He picked Canelo over you, man.
I'm a fan, my brother. Man, nah, but you feel me, my brother? I'm Mexican, so can I take a picture with you, my brother?
If Bud really pulls this off, actually fights and beats Canelo, we could be witnessing the greatest boxer of this generation. Undisputed at 140, undisputed at 147, and now challenging the undisputed champ at 168. That's not just ambition, that's calculated greatness. And it's exactly why fans respect him so much. He's not on social media stirring fake drama, he's not dodging tough fights, and he's not chasing fame. He's chasing legacy with every move he makes.
I don't think Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia 2 is a big fight.
I was gonna ask you about that.
I don't think that's a big fight. I don't think Canelo Crawford's a big fight.
No?
I think I think Canelo Benavidez is a big fight. I don't think a dude moving up 3 weight divisions to go fight a dude that's twice his size, you know, I know he looked bigger than him the other day, but I'm obviously, you know, regardless, I don't think that's not making a big fight.
What is making a big fight? Like, how do you make a big fight?
You take the best person in one weight division, you put another person in the weight division, make a big fight, or you get 2 stars that are entertaining as hell and you make a big fight like that.
Yeah, Terence Crawford isn't just entering this fight with confidence. He's walking in like he already knows how it ends. He's full of belief right now and not shy about it. He even said straight up that he would have beaten a prime Manny Pacquiao if they had ever fought. That's more than confidence. That's the mindset of a fighter chasing legacy.
Gervonta Davis say you need the money.
Shit.
What's going on with you and Gervonta?
If I'm a boxer, he a boxer, you a boxer, we all need the money.
I ain't doing it for free.
Thank you.
What if Gervonta said, hey, I'll come up to 154?
Crawford's not coming in hoping to win, he's coming in ready to dominate, and let's be real, when a fighter moves up 2 whole weight classes to challenge a legend like Canelo, and still talks like he's the favorite, that tells you everything you need to know about where Bud's head is. It's so hit that like button. If you think Crawford versus Canelo would be the biggest fight of this era, don't forget to drop a comment who you got, Bud or Canelo, and why, and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing news.